Yeah, they all went out. They're like, you want to go out? It's like, I'm not ditching Mango to go to a party.
How dare you
with
ask
Disney
that?
kids?
Yeah. All right, you want to write that down?
I think it's weird anyway to drink with Disney children.
They weren't children.
They were Disney. You said they were Disney kids.
Well, they were on
a surprising
Disney
amount of them were children.
when they were kids. No,
I feel like
no,
calling
they were
it a
all
party.
surprisingly
surprisingly
low
young.
amount of them were
Wow.
children.
That's crazy. That
So
there
you
were
guys
any
hit up a
children
party
at
with a
all.
bunch of little kids.
Yeah,
I don't know if we did it.
We did.
it's time for
That's crazy you didn't hear it.
Aiden to get a
He was in the
pedophile
zone.
He's like you.
charge
He's like
from the
me.
police.
I just didn't hear one noise.
Like me.
He's actually like you.
Oh, okay, crazy.
You're the same as Eamon.
Welcome back to the yard. As always, we're
Oh my
here
God,
with
we're going?
Aiden the pedophile.
I told him that.
No,
too.
I know we're fucking recording. Going and recording are different.
He's stressed out.
I'm
now he's
tilted,
me.
'cause-
Now he's me.
Oh my God.
I don't even think this
This is
spin
good.
does
This is
anything.
good.
I
Let's
think
keep
he's just,
gaslighting Nick so I don't have to be
he's
a
just
pedophile
trying to get some
anymore.
things done. He's just anxious.
Yeah, it sucks having to focus and
All right.
everyone's just Australians keep coming up talking to you and shit, huh? Fucking deal.
Yeah,
with
me
it.
and you were the same. Welcome back to the Yard Podcast, where me and all my friends hang out and talk.
Only intended for a plane capsule.
Let's contextualize real quick before we get into the festivities, if you will. I went to Hawaii this weekend. I went to see my old buddy from high school who does tattoos. Got a tattoo. I went with
Yeah,
my
you got a big old horse on you.
Yeah, I got horrors. I'm a tattoo guy now.
Yeah.
What? Oh, this? Whatever. Like ate fish all day, and it was great.
You eat a lot of fish?
And apparently, I missed the most social weekend that ever occurred in the history of like fucking.
Can I start from
years.
the beginning? Can we paint the whole night? Because it is a fucking movie.
Yeah, please.
I
Because
feel
I
like
haven't heard much.
There are like secrets waiting to be unearthed because you were sober.
It was
the whole
it was
time.
kind of like Pulp Fiction.
I have this. So also, my friend
I'd say it was
Scott.
better.
My friend Scott from Colorado came. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna be down for this weekend." And I was like, "I'll be gone. You can sleep in my bed. Sorry." And then he sent me like this picture. I'm gonna censor it with my thumb. You actually can't see anything, but it's just Eamon in the bathroom, sitting on the toilet, angrily looking at his phone.
Yeah, believe it or not, there's like a story behind why we're in the bathroom.
And I'm just
together.
getting pictures like
Yeah.
randomly. I'm seeing shit on Twitter, and I'm like, "Zam, what's happening? I'm on an island." And so please,
So I get a DM from Stavros that says, "Hey man, it's my birthday, and I want to invite all the Yard guys out to come if you want to come to my birthday. It's in Highland Park, and it's going to be after my show I'm doing." And he's like, "You're welcome to come to both." And so I message Aiden because you were in Hawaii and you were streaming, and I'm like, "Hey, do you want to go to this with me?" And he was like, "Yes, I want to go to the show and the party." And I'm like, "Great." So me and Aiden drive down to Stav's stand-up show, and opening is Brandon Wardell, which he was very funny. And then Stavros' show was also really good. We go after the show, we leave the venue, and we're sitting like outside this door, and Stav's doing like pictures and signing and stuff, and we don't want to we're like letting him do all the fanfare until like before we go say like, "Hey, what's up?" And one of the people cleaning up the venue comes out, opens the door, and looks around like looks around like this, and looks at us and goes, "Hey, do you want the comedian's notes?" And then hands us the set notes of Stav's show, like all of his jokes are written on a piece of paper. And I was like, "Yeah, sure," because it's cool. I took it, and then I immediately in my head was like, "Damn, you stole my luck. Like, I don't need this from Stav.
right?
I'm not the guy."
Yeah,
So-
this is not a golden chalice for you.
Yeah, so I'm like, I look at Aiden, I'm like, "We shouldn't keep this." He's like, "We shouldn't keep this." So I just look at the girl next to me who's in line to get photos with him, and I'm like, "Do you want this?" And she was very unenthusiastic about it. She was like, "Okay."
Sure.
She's like, "What is it?" I'm like, "It's his note." She's like, "Okay." And she took it, and she like held it, and then like went back to line.
Gay.
And I was
Throws it away.
like, "Cool. I mean, we didn't want that. That's fine." Like yada yada. We're waiting for this party to start, and in walks Hassan, Myth, Austin, and a few others.
and Nick.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
like it was a
Hassan
guy we
and
didn't
stuff
know
are buds.
named Nick.
Yeah, because they all know Stav. It was funny. We didn't expect
Yeah,
people like
and they
in
all
that
knew Stav.
world to show up to this, so we were just like we hung out with them for most of the night. At some point in the night, they like, "Hey, do you want to come with us to a party?" And I had heard remnants that there was a party at like T-Pain's house.
because before we were leaving, Cutie was like, me and Maya are thinking about going to T-Pain's party because T-Pain was having a party that night.
Yeah,
and they were like, "If we go, you can come." And then they were like, "There's also some sort of Disney party." And I was like, "Okay, just let me know what's going on."
Bro, the
after."
whole weekend, Maya just walks around. She's like, "Yeah, I'm texting T-Pain's wife."
Everybody's been
Yeah.
talking about T-Pain. I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
The whole time
I'm
it's
starting to think
oh,
that
we're going
Maya's
with
capping.
T-Pain here.
This is
T-Pain's
a
coming to our
psyop.
Super
This
Bowl
is a
party.
collective operation to convince Miles that we're all friends with T-Pain.
Yeah.
So
You guys should have picked someone like
He
I
also
would've believed, like,
he
one
also
echelon up.
he also flaked yesterday. He was supposed to come yesterday.
yeah, I just keep hearing T-Pain is gonna show up
Yeah.
places and he's not.
Can
not
I
there.
be honest?
yeah.
T-Pain,
Shmeepain.
Schmeepain.
Look, so we're at Stavros' birthday, and Hassan extends an invite to me and Aiden to this party they're going to. And Aiden looks at me and he's like, "Do you want to go to this?" In my head, I'm like, "Not really," but it's only like 10:30, and I'm like, "Nothing has happened here."
You have to tell them what you said.
What did I say?
I was like, because I don't want to make you stay out really late. And he's like, no, I need some podcast stories. Like, it was very,
Oh,
very
yeah,
utilitarian.
I was getting there. I was like,
Very-
nothing had happened tonight that had like I had for the show, and nothing had happened that week at all either. So I was like, yeah, let's go.
You needed to farm.
And once I get a story, I'll leave. And I was like, that was my goal for the night.
Dude.
I was like, I'm going for a single podcast story.
I wanted to go
horrible.
for the love of the game.
He
Me
walks around
too.
like a beat reporter with like a little
Yeah.
notepad.
Okay, and so are you taking any drugs? Say
Tell
something
me more.
funny, maybe. I don't know.
Dylan Sprouse said what? So we're there, and I think
Wait, is this the Disney Kids party?
I thought we were going to T-Pain's party,
Oh yeah.
and we end up going to a Disney Channel stars party, who I don't know.
So you guys described this to me as the Disney Kids party.
So
and I'm like,
I-
don't say that.
To be clear, they're just to
Don't
clarify
say
ages,
that.
Just to clarify ages, they're like 23.
Well,
They're 23.
well, we'll get there. So
Don't
Did
put
you go to this?
Stop putting an asterisk on this.
I'm telling this story honestly.
After the honeymoon, but when I got back and I found out that he'd stolen Ben. Lies have gotten all of us into so much trouble.
So look. So at this point, me and Aiden are just rolling with whatever like crew we walk in, like run into.
Whatever 5-year-olds you see.
Whatever 5-year-olds, whatever.
You're
you know.
picking them up like fucking.
And it's like there's a lot of really young kids, and then there's a few like 60-year-old guys.
Right.
Around.
No, that's how it
That
works.
was weird.
That's chill.
But they came with the kids.
but they're not near a school, so everyone can hang out together. and
Yeah,
that's
it's-
why the location was chosen.
So we show up to this party, and I instantly show up, and the first thing I see, literally first thing my eyes lay on, is Scott and Miles are there.
Yeah.
No way.
Through the crowd. Because when we left, we didn't know Scott was coming that night. So Scott and Miles are there, and there's no more tickets or things to get into Stav's show. So we just go on our own, right? So in my head, I'm like, oh, that's too bad. They won't be out tonight. And then we walk. I'm already drunk. Like for Nick, this is a sober experience. But for me, like several drinks. Fresh out of this bar.
Aiden's already tried to kiss me twice.
I look through like a sea. It's like a movie because it's well lit in the backyard, and I look through the sea of people that sort of parts, and then there's Miles with a backward hat on, and he kind of looks up at me like this.
I'm commanding the beer pong.
And I drains a shot, looks over.
I just
Aiden.
run over. I just run over and give Miles a hug, and then I look to my left, and I'm like, "That's a girl I've seen on Disney Channel for like 6 years."
Miles with
10
the arm
feet to
over
Miles'
her.
left.
Yeah, Miles
No,
comes up
no.
to me like we're at a Smash Fest. He's just like, "Yo, what's up?" And I'm like, "Dude, this is about to be the best fucking night ever." I'm like, I can't believe I ran
I was
fucking
so
Miles
psyched.
in.
Nick's
I was
just
so
writing it down.
unbelievably psyched.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah, the way it happened is that at our place, it was Cutie and Maya, and they were going out, and it eventually landed that they would go to this Disney party as well, separately.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, Miles, Scott, you want to go?" And I know this because they all went downstairs, and they were like, "Ludwig, do you want to go?" And I'm not streaming, but I told Mango I'd play
Shame on you.
games, and I look at them, and I'm like, Disney party, and then I look over at Mango, and it's like a full Miller Lite that I'll have to drink, and I'm like, I'm staying here.
Yeah, you really did. You hunkered down in the trench
Yeah.
and defended the front.
Yeah, I held it down, and I won $500. By the way,
Hey.
that was my night. I got crazy.
I'll give you trouble.
I am the viewer here.
Yeah.
Because I also got a call. I'm literally on the beach. I went to the beach. That was really nice. I went in the water.
I never thought of you as a beach guy.
I was like, you know what? I'm here. I'm doing new things. I'm trying new things. I'm getting a horse on me. And I was like, I will go to the water. And it was actually really beautiful. And I'm walking away. I'm going back to the hotel, and you have to walk up this like path. 'Cause it's this tiny little beach. And Scott's like desperately trying to get a hold of me. He's like, no one's at the house. I can't get in the fucking thing. Can you like call and figure something out? I'm like,
Was he already with me?
yes,
this
I
time?
can. I think maybe
He was. He was.
Oh, you were the one who called the gate.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I'll call the gate, and I did. You know, fucking airdropped from Hawaii, and And then I was like, yeah, go with God. And I just kept living my life.
Anthony calls, aloha.
Yeah, mahalo, thank you. So, okay, we're back. You see Miles. How did you get there?
So Scott got to my place at about 11.
My place.
AM.
No,
Our
he went to
Airbnb.
there. No, he went to there first. First. Yeah.
I was like, getting a little.
He's comfortable now.
It's been a week. It's his place now.
I've been sleeping on the Joe downstairs, and that's kind of my thing now.
It's Miles. It's the bear in front, like the mom I threw up bear. But he's like, hey, can I borrow his shirt?
Yeah, we were making this joke last night. It's Miles wearing my shirt, asking to borrow a shirt.
So Scott arrives at my house, 11 o'clock.
Fucking
Josh starts streaming Dark Souls. And we're like, well, we plan to drink, but the brewery isn't open. So we'll go get a couple of beers, come back and start watching Dark Souls. And we come up with this great idea. We got Modelo's. They look kind of yellow like the Estus flask in Dark Souls. Josh isn't great at the game. And that item heals you. So he's doing a lot of healing. We're doing a lot of drinking.
Everything.
And
Really?
it is before midday.
Dude, that's a great drinking game if you're watching someone
Yeah,
stream
and we were
Dark
all
Souls.
hanging out in the back of his stream shirtless, just like encouraging him, being like, hey, you don't really need to drink another Estus here, man.
Yeah.
You can just fight the boss.
You can just go back to the bonfire.
You're just live viewers.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're doing that, and we're getting pretty drunk. And I look at Scott, and I'm like, bro, we are drunk. We're not going to make, like, I've seen this story when guys go at this pace, and it ends before dark.
Yeah. You guys don't see the sun go down.
Yeah, so we pump the brakes a little bit, but we make the trip all the way over to Lud's place, and no one's here except these guys who are about to leave, and they're like, we're going to this thing, and we weren't expecting, like, them to put, we weren't expecting to come with you guys or anything, but you were on the way out, we were on the way in, and they're like, we're going to this Starve thing, but it's sold out. And we're like, bummer. We'll just keep drinking here. Cutie was making squash bolognese.
Yeah, she went nuts. You guys were going to rift with me. Then you guys fucking pee-pee poof.
We start drinking some wine. We start playing multiplayer Mario 64. We get about 9 stars. We go to Womps. We're having a good time.
Mm.
You know, like in Scooby Doo, when like you see someone in like a certain area, then like you go to like the next door over, and they're in that room with like a Hawaiian shirt on now.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, you were just, and they're like, what are you talking about? That was Miles and Scott with different alcohol in their hand all night. I just kept finding them, and they were still drunk, but with a different drink this time, like a different brand of drink.
I'll send it to Zipper. He can show it a little later when he gets it up. But I got sent a picture of Aiden, Miles, and Scott all in my bed.
So what I will say about this story, to preface the ending, is it ends at 4:30 with me and Scott watching Lily Pichu and eating hot Cheetos in Anthony's bed. That's where we end up.
Well, and the next morning, that's the part where you were like, dude, last time was amazing. We were watching Lily, and the hot Cheetos were so good. And I was like, wait, you went to like a Disney kids party? You
We'll
went
get
to
there.
like...
We'll get why that experience was so
Dude,
surreal
there's
for
actually
them.
like acts. There's
Yeah.
thirds of this evening.
Yeah.
This is the Hamlet of hanging out.
So I arrive. I see Miles. I am so happy to see
Wait,
Miles.
we don't know how he got
Oh,
there.
right.
So
sorry.
the girls come downstairs and they're like, do you want to come to this party with us? We're like, anywhere but Womp's Fortress, really. As long as it's not at Womp's Fortress, I think we're ready to go.
We now continue with Smurf.
We're getting in the Uber, and I tell Scott, I'm like, I bet you we see Nick. I call it. And he's like, no chance. No shot. And I was like, I just feel it in my plums. Nick and Aiden are going to be at this party because they said they were going to a party. I feel like we're going to find them there.
And it's LA, and there's only one.
Yeah.
At some point,
Yeah.
at some point in 2019, me and Miles developed like a radar system that just starts to beep when we're close. It's like we have a tile.
When Miles was here a couple years ago, you were visiting. Mike had like unlimited data on his phone, and he considered you like, or you considered him like the most cherished party member in your RPG class because he had tether.
Everyone
He could,
brings
like,
a different buff.
tether his hotspot. He's like insane racial passive.
You bring the buff of always being sober.
Yes.
So if I'm drunk somewhere and I don't have, because I never have internet here when I'm in America, I can't call anyone. But I know if Anthony is like within my range, he has like an aura and I'm safe.
Yeah. So you guys,
heal
this
party.
This is how I imagine Aiden and Nick seeing Miles. It's a slow zoom. Imagine it's, again people passing by, and this song starts playing.
It's how I felt.
The party slows down.
Yeah. And it's a slow motion, and it's a beer pong shot, and it just goes in.
Dude,
Miles turns with his
he's
backwards
wearing
hat.
his backwards hat. He turns, and I'm just like, and he's
It's
equally
him.
as happy to see me.
Yeah.
This is good because I did end up kissing Miles.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back.
We're back.
Party.
Okay, so we're at the party. We're having a good time. Me, Scott Gaming, these guys now there too. And we're hanging out. And then things start people start getting a little drunk.
I
But what I
think-
start noticing in my car, you know me, I'm talking to randoms. I'm introducing myself. And if you're foreign, it's just free. Let's be real.
You have an accent, you
You
dumb
just walk
piece
up
of
and you go,
shit. It's not
"Hey,
about being
mates."
foreign.
Being Australians, like the same as being in a Disney movie. You just talk about the same 40 intro
Exactly.
lines.
Because everybody says the same goddamn thing. They're like, I like your accent, or like, where are you from?
Dude, I really
It's
want to
an
go to
immediate-
Australia, but
Yeah.
like it's so dangerous down there, man. Like I'm like, you guys have guns. Like, dude, there's not a fucking lizard that's gonna pop out and be more dangerous than an AR. Like they're like, I just can't like work myself up to go because the spiders.
The spiders are big, bro.
Like, Justin Bieber's party was last night. Like, what the fuck are you
Kodak
talking
Black,
about?
let the shots ring.
I'm like, yeah, but those spiders though. Anyway, I'm talking to random people, and some of them, I tell like.
Yeah, no, tell the kid who comes
This
up to
kid
you.
comes up to me. He's with his two friends. I'm like, "How you doing, man? Like, what's going on?" And he's like, "Not much, man. You know how it is. Just after that pussy." And he's like a tall, like blonde, classic, like California kid.
How old do we think this?
No,
is?
we will
He's
get
a-
there.
He's a,
We'll
Okay,
get
Looks
there.
like
okay.
surfing Nipa. Picture
Okay, yeah.
Puka Shell Nipa. And he's at the function. We're chatting, and I'm like, "That's cool, man. That you're after that puss."
No,
That's
you
the,
got a girl. That's like
He's telling me that specifically. I'm saying I have a girlfriend. His two friends are like, do we both have girlfriends? He's like, girlfriends are cringe, man. I'm after that. I'm after that strange. And anyway, I'm like, how old are you? And he tells me a number that would likely still be in high school, potentially.
No, his quote exactly was, "I'm 17, but I'm telling people I'm 23."
oh.
That's what he said. And Miles tells me this, and I go, "So many felonies are being committed here
Yeah,
tonight."
this is.
Miles asked him. He's like, so you have to go to school in 2 days, and he was like, yeah.
There are 30-year-olds at this party.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
are
that's the
also
thing.
older people.
To
at this
me,
party.
I think it's important to emphasize that this kid was, one, lying about his age, two, nobody else there. Like
But
everybody else
he
is
told
like
me
in
so
early
quickly
20s.
too.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't
Yeah.
doing a very good job.
No, yeah.
That's also such a sick story if you go back to your fucking middle school. Went
Yeah.
to that party.
You're
at
like, yeah,
Disney.
me and Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
Fucking, you know.
Yeah,
We
because
would
he
turn
didn't
it
want to
up.
tell you at first, right? Like he kind of wanted to tell you,
I
but he
warmed him
didn't.
into it a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah. Anyway, he's like, "Yo, I'm looking for that pussy, man." I'm like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, "You're on a bit of a clunge quest?" And he's like, and then he's because his friends were a bit embarrassed about it, and I started getting really vulgar. I'm like, "So you're just after that more, really? You're trying to get into a little,
yeah, you're
a little
trying to
slot."
like make him feel a little weird.
And he
about
was
it.
like,
Yeah.
no, and then it worked. He was like, "This is kind of gross." Man. And I'm like, "Oh, I'm being gross."
I love when they're frothing at the gas.
Yeah, I'm like, "You're looking for a little gash, little axe
Yeah.
wound?" And he's just
no,
like,
no, snatch, right? Come
and he's
on.
like, "I don't think I want to anymore." I scared him straight.
Scared straight pussy edition.
In my head, like I'm sitting at the back of the party and I'm like kind of drunk. I'm kind of feeling it. I'm like, I look over and I see Scott Gaming right there. And then I look to my left and I see woman who was on the Disney Channel. And then I look slightly more to my left. It's our Twitch friends. And then a little more to the left, like a travel blogger that I watch. And I'm like, they're all here together. Like,
And then you see Funky Kong, and he's holding a boombox.
This party was much like a weird dream you have.
yeah. Like when you
was a
think
good
about the
dream.
group of people that's together, it's like, yeah, this group of people comes together sometimes in.
You're at a
my
really
head.
nice house, but not so nice that you haven't been there before. And you're like, I've been here at one point, but I don't
Yeah.
remember where or when. And this story didn't happen there, but it is in my dream. And all these different people I've seen in media are all in the same place. Like Dylan Sprouse was there.
Go, okay, I'm gonna throw out some names. I want
Dylan
some.
Sprouse means nothing to me.
I want some
He's-
yes.
he's
Yeah,
pissed
yeah.
to me.
A lot of shit means nothing to you because you fucking grew up with spiders with life bars.
We didn't have Disney. We had snakes.
All right, Jeanette McCurdy.
No.
Okay,
Wait, what are these names?
I'm naming
just
people
trying to guess
who
people
were
that were
there.
there.
None of the haters,
I
bro.
don't think you
None
will.
of the haters?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
the
no,
only
it's not like.
the only person in that era who was there was Dylan Sprouse.
Okay,
I
got
think,
it.
yeah.
Everyone
Dylan
else
Sprouse
is
it.
just-
But he
There
was
like,
the Drake of this
there-
party.
Right, yeah.
The guy, Karin was the guy whose party it was, and then Peyton List, who's also like a Disney Channel star.
They all have Disney Channel
She was
names.
Yeah.
there, and then apparently Elle Mills was there, who's like a really cool YouTuber. And then the YouTuber, the travel blogger guy, kind of that I introduced myself to was Luke Corns, and he used to make like kind of like comedy videos when he was young, but now he makes really interesting videos about like traveling. He doesn't really live anywhere. He just like travels places and makes videos about it.
Aiden knows this because he asked for their name 5 times.
Head count. Give me a head count.
Come on, man.
Rough head count.
Of how many people? Maybe like
Just over 100.
Yeah, maybe like 100.
It was bumping.
it was bumping.
Yeah,
It was
pretty
packed.
packed.
It was
All
packed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they only play Disney songs?
Dude, they skipped Mr. Brightside.
Ooh.
Yeah, they just skipped. It was really funny.
Interesting.
To throw on Xenon's theme?
Yeah. No, zoom by
Yeah.
Protozoa.
Yeah. My heart goes boom,
Okay.
boom.
I think
Hold on.
through what part are you going to right now? We'll
So,
cut this out.
I know exactly what part you're going to. I really quick want while this is happening. I meet I'm with Will Neff, who's also here.
Yeah.
And Will Neff like has a moment where he like gasps and says, "That's the star of Cobra Kai," and points. And there's the lead kid from Cobra Kai, Jacob something, and Jacob Bertrand,
Jacob Cobra.
and he's like, "I have to meet him. I fucking love that show. I've never seen it, but I'm just like, yeah, I'll go with you." And I go with him, and Will has this moment with Jacob, and then he talks to me a little bit too. And I just like somehow was just like, oh, I like play Melee and like do other stuff. And he is super into Melee in like an actual way. He's like,
you told me.
he's like saying like all the like short hop, all the terms. He's like, I play Marth, like, and I'm just like, this is kind of nuts.
Yeah, F Smash.
He tells me he plays
he knew
Marth.
about
I
wave
instantly
dash.
walk away.
I did instant.
oh, true.
He said Marth. He said Marth, and I'm so disconnected from like I've never seen this show. I don't really know this person. I was so disconnected. The first thing I said out of my mouth was just like really, man, why?
As a joke, right?
As a joke,
Yeah,
of course. And he took it as a joke. He realized because he has like enough context of the game. So I'm meeting this person, and this is happening at the exact same time that this happens to Aiden, which is happening inside the house.
Okay, so me and Scott have been in line for the bathroom. We're waiting. We get cut once just by accident, right? Like somebody walks in before this, but I really need to fucking go, and I'm sad. But then this like posse of people comes up. It's like 4 people, and it's 3 girls and 1 guy.
Think the Kanker sisters.
Got it.
Yeah, and one of them talking to me. The door opens. They're like, we really need to go. You should let us go. And I'm like, sorry, we've already been cut. Like, I want to go. Like, I don't want to not go to the bathroom again. This is a really like normal interaction up until this point. And then they're like, well, she looks me dead in the eyes, and she's like, if you want to stop Asian hate, you will let us cut in the line.
What?
And one of them's Asian.
And
Okay,
one
I
of
was
them
gonna
is
say.
Asian.
I was gonna say,
But-
what a gamble.
And I was like, look, I won't do that. But if you want, like jokingly, if you want, me and Scott here will go at the same time. But then she's like dead ass. She's
Not
like,
enough.
You should do that.
Oh
Like,
God.
And then
And they're
I
not-
try to
they're
make
not
a
laughing.
I try to make a joke out of it. And I'm like, yeah, we can like go in there. We'll just like cross the streams for a second. We'll see what happens. Like just some bullshit, right? And she's kind of like, get along. And then I was just like, all right. And then I pull Scott into the bathroom with me.
And
Neither
those are
of
the
them are-
pictures that you
And
sent
I'm
me.
really uncomfortable because I don't know how to deal with people when I'm drunk, especially. This happens to me when I'm sober. But if I encounter a person who in real life that I like is just mean and
He's
I
being
can't figure out
unreasonable.
and I can't figure out why, I'm like, it's my nightmare. It's I have no way to connect. with you.
Neither
I'm
of
trying to
them are
break down
over
your walls.
5'2", by the way.
Yeah, they're so much shorter than me,
Yeah.
and I'm just like looking at them. And I'm like,
It's
I'll
like
go to the bathroom
can
now.
you fight like 100 like horse-sized or duck-sized horses? But it's 3 of them, and they're just dicing you up with their words.
Yeah, I'm getting beat in conversation
Okay,
right now.
so is it you and Scott, and he's on top on your legs, and you're sitting on the toilet, and you guys are both crying. You're like, we're stopping it, bro. We're doing our
Scott
best.
was ready. Scott was like, we are going to stand and pee at the same time. And I was like, look, I pee sitting down, and I need you to know that.
Wow.
So we took turns. We took turns. We like filmed that weird video I sent to you.
Yes.
And then we leave the bathroom. But this group, later outside, it's me and Scott together again. It's me, Scott, and Hassan. And then this group rolls
What a
up
squad.
again, and I start talking to them, and we get the main girl who is mean because her friends are honestly pretty nice.
Is the mean person? This is important for context. Is she Asian?
No,
Okay.
Well, there's 2 of them
She's-
that are mean, and
but
one of them is.
She's not.
Oh, there are
white
2
either,
well, she
which
said
plays
one
a
person
part,
was mean.
which plays a part in this next conversation. She's not Asian, but she's also not, or she
Okay.
looks white, but
Continue,
she's not
continue.
white.
All right,
and
okay.
we're having a conversation. We're standing outside, and it's me, Scott, Hassan. They roll up on the right. Main girl standing right here. She looks at me and she's like, "Can you grab me some lemons?" because we're standing under a lemon tree. And
It's
in
a
my
gas
head,
song.
I was like, finally, common ground. Like, I can do this task for you and we'll get along.
I will
Like,
serve you. Yes.
and I grab her a lemon. I was like, how many do you want? She's like, 2. It's very normal interaction. Like, this is all pleasant.
This all makes sense when you're
And then we
drinking
break
Yeah,
it
I'm
in,
with
we
it,
get
yeah.
into like a conversation about like what everybody's doing, like where people are from or something. And then she says something like, oh, my dad is from Dubai and my mom is from X. I can't remember. And then I just like, conversationally I say, oh, that's cool. Like, have you been to the UAE? Like I went one time and I thought it was pretty cool. And she was like, what? And then I was like, whoa. And then she's like, that's really offensive. And then she just like, why would you say that? But she's deadpan. I'm so drunk, dude. I'm trapped. This is my
actually his
uncut
worst nightmare.
gems.
This is like super effective as well because you are so focused on being considerate. As
Yeah.
a person, you're like,
And I asked her, I was like, I'm sorry. Like,
Have I done anything
what did
wrong?
I say? And I don't understand. And she's just like, don't do that. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, and I'm looking at Hassan, and I'm like, do you like help me?
Yeah.
And-
Please,
and
tall
please
man.
get me out of this jam. And then they just bail again. Like, they leave. This interaction is more this is my drunk recollection as best as possible to what happened. But it's backed up because Scott and Hassan were there the whole time. And they leave, and I look at them. I was like, please tell me that was as weird as I think it was. Like, why were they like fucking with me like that? And Hassan was just like, I don't know, man. Like, I think young people's humor is just really weird. Like,
And I start to catch wind that Aiden is getting bullied by a traveling group of women.
yeah, I have now had 2 terrible interactions with this
I start
group
to
of
get wind
people.
through the party. It's like whispering down through groups that Aiden has been being bullied all night, and I'm like, that's hilarious.
Yeah, this is somehow making it around the party that I'm having like continuous negative interactions with these people. And their saga continues,
Oh, hold on,
later
hold on.
in the evening. But
Let me tell the rest of this story.
Okay.
Add what you're gonna add.
what is insane is I didn't see these girls or interact with them at all throughout the night, so I only ever heard about it secondhand. And when you and Scott Gaming went into the bathroom together, I was like, well, they're just crossing streams.
Yeah.
I saw it from a distance, but was like, 2 guys got to go at the same time.
it's really funny
They're
that
saving
Miles,
space
it's-
and time.
I need to emphasize like how weird it is that Miles missed them, because they are the most common thread in
Throughout the
everyone's
whole-
collective stories
yeah.
from that evening.
And-
Because we hung out with people from that party like later this weekend, later that night, and everybody is talking about this same group of people that like apparently had negative interactions with others as well.
They truly
and
were the
Miles,
canker sisters.
Miles
Yes.
just managed to dodge this the entire fucking
My
12
vibes are
hour night
radiating
out.
so powerfully. Like,
He's so
I was
positive
just
that they come up
so
and they like,
charged up at the party that like
They step in and like they instantly get 50% slow and they're
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah,
we
they're
can't
like,
do this. We can't
they start feeling
flash in
sick.
here. Yeah.
his AoE when he hits a beer pong shot just blasts them out. By the
So-
way, if you pee with someone, you have to cross streams in the future. It's just like a homie thing.
I
you
can't
shouldn't
believe you
sit.
guys didn't do it. He
You
saw
shouldn't
your
sit.
pecker anyway.
It's not like you're,
You're right.
unable to stand and pee, right? At that moment, you were being selfish.
When was
You're
the
like,
last time I stood
sit
and peed?
Look, he
pee.
was stressed. I get it. He was being bullied.
I was shook.
Yeah,
I'm
but
just-
you could have
I'm
bonded.
just giving you advice for the future.
Okay,
Okay, look.
Fine.
So,
fine,
at
Scott.
some point in this party, a couple, most of the people who live in the Envy house are there, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna leave. This is kind of weird. We're gonna go to our place. Do you guys all want to come hang out?" And it was like they weren't having like another party. It was just like, we're gonna go hang out here. It's nearby, and we're like, that sounds great.
Envy's the esports organization.
Yeah, the esports organization Envy. So like Bowtie sisters live here, Minx lives here, etc.
They
And so-
live there, like where they sleep.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
That's where they live.
Mhm.
It's recent. It's also
Hog
known to
tent
be
house.
Hog
haunted.
tent house. It's the barn.
Apparently it's
It's
haunted,
the barn
yeah.
that Miles.
It's the one we talked about.
It's
that
a
we said
really
it's
nice
haunted by
barn.
the weekend.
Yeah.
Haunted by the weekend. They live there. They do content.
Well, okay. So anyway, we end
The
up.
weekend's ghost. died
everyone is
there.
everyone is the real them until they enter the house. So we go over and we're hanging out, and at this point the night is winding down. It's much more chill now. Nothing else is really happening. And in the kitchen, there's like a separate party of people that's hanging out, and I sort of at some point migrate over there and introduce myself to all these people. And one of them is a girl I recognize. One of them is a girl who like I have like a new friend I made recently, and he was telling me about one of his best friends, which is her. And like I saw them in pictures. I also kind of already knew who she was, so I was like, oh, we have like a mutual friend. I should go introduce myself. So I did, and I was like, hey, we have this mutual friend. I don't know you really know me, but it's interesting. Blah blah. And we had like a pretty decent conversation just surrounding that we have a mutual friend. I after this conversation come back over to where Aiden and Miles are, And Aiden spots that group across the party and says, "That's the girl. That's the girl from the other house." And I realize like, oh, that's the girl I know her. And so all of this starts to piece together that like I know her. I know now who's been bullying Aiden.
Yeah.
Like I know who she is. I know her friends, like her background. No one else here knows who that person is but me. I'm the only person who knows that is.
So they made it to the MVP.
They made it there. And no one at this point knows how they got there. Because
No. We found out.
at this point,
At this point,
no one knows how they got there. And there's only like 11 people at this house. Like there's not. It's not a party.
Yeah, it's just
In
a
my
small
head,
Someone
gathering.
invited them.
Drunk me is in the corner
It's
of the room,
kick-ons.
looking over at the other side of the house like a cat back into the corner. Like, they followed me. They found me
They're
again.
like, motherfucker, they picked me up. They're gonna pick me up again.
They're gonna fuck with me more.
It's like it's 8 people you know, and then the 3 wackest people from the party.
And so I'm like, oh wow, this is so much more interesting now because these aren't in my head. These are just random traveling group of
Again,
random
Nick
people.
with his beat writer
I
little
think-
Yeah.
notepad.
I also think it's important to
I'm having
emphasize
such
that
a
her
different
friends,
experience.
her friends were really nice.
Yes, there's 4 of them.
That's
Two of
why
them
it was
really
so
nice.
weird. It was only she was really mean.
I would like to throw out a theory.
Yes.
I think Nick invited them for podcast stories.
Yes. He said, okay, I'm going to get you guys an Uber. This is the address.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to show up. The guy in the pink shirt, you need to bully him.
fucking
Pink shirt,
wish.
bully him.
I
Bully
fucking
him.
wish I had that wherewithal to do that. We're all just hanging out here. At this point, Minx comes up to me and she's untwisting a bottle of Patron. She's looking at me and she has this incredibly like angry face. And
she's just Irish.
I'm like,
Don't do that.
So the first thing I said was, "Are they after your Lucky Charms?" And she didn't like that. So I'm like, "Are you okay? What's wrong?" Because she like lives here. I want to make sure like nothing's happening, and she won't respond. And she just keeps untwisting the Patron. And at this point, I'm like, surely it opens by now.
I was gonna say, which is weird because Patron is a pop
cork.
out.
I know.
You just
I know.
uncork
And
it.
she's twisting the cork in a circle.
You don't
She
twist it.
Yeah.
she's just twisting the cork in a circle. She's looking at me all menacingly, and I'm like, "Did I do something to you?" I'm like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "I'll tell you later." And I'm like, I want to know now. I don't like that you're gonna tell me later. I want to know now. And I realize it's because this group has showed up, and they are apparently causing problems here too now.
Ooh.
And Minx lives here, and so I don't know this at the moment. Austin Show comes over, and he is in like full dad mode. He's like, "I'm going to handle what's happening." So he comes over, but he's not handling anything. He's just asking.
He makes friends with them. They start drinking and shit.
He's just asking these girls questions with a rude tone. Like he comes over and he's like, "So who are you?"
Game of level being and it is virtually
To the girl. It was very clearly like targeted and mean, or not mean. I shouldn't say mean. He was angry, and she just instantly starts fucking with him. She's like, "Oh, I have an OnlyFans," and like she was like saying it's her job, and he's like, "Oh," and he believes her in this moment, and I know she is, and I'm like, "You're being owned," but I don't want to interject. Like,
Oh, so she's capping.
Dude,
She's
she's
capping.
$1 million and O
She's
conversationally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone is
Yeah,
getting
dude.
owned.
Yeah.
In her perspective, if this is all a video game, she definitely won. Like she definitely got
and her
to the end
and
of
her
the game
it's actually
that
crazy because her and all her friends have stolen apples from their kitchen, from like the Envy House kitchen, and they're all eating apples at the same time, and it's like they were just eating lemons at the last house. It's like it powers them. It's like if they don't continuously
Dude, they're
find
witches.
fruit wherever they're witches.
Yeah.
If they don't continuously find fruit, they power off.
It's a
and they
30-minute cooldown
and they
after
shrink
every
down.
fruit.
And so they're eating apples. Minx is really mad that they're like eating her food, but also not being good guests. And Austin's just like so how'd you get here? And all this, and I'm in the middle of all of it, like this is crazy. Like so I'm still trying to piece all of it together. So I'm just like, oh, I thought you were a friend of a really nice person I know. And so then they say to me, this is probably the most condescending thing I heard all night from them specifically. She was like, "Do you guys live here?" She points to our whole group, and Austin's not saying a word to them. He's so mad at them. And we're all like, no. And they're like, "Can one of you show me one of the bedrooms here?" And we're like, "Why?" And she's like, "Well, I just feel like someone who lives in like a house this big, like can't have a cool room. I just want to like see the room."
They were shitting on the house
They
a
were,
lot.
They were shitting
And
on it a lot.
This
yeah.
is
Like, don't you know this is fucking haunted by the weekend?
And so we're all,
They bring him to like the satanic closet. They're like, "Yeah, this is one of the bedrooms. Shut it." The weekend fucking
They're
awesome.
just screaming.
yeah. So me refusing to be owned, I'm just replying. I'm just like, "Damn, that's crazy. Like what's your house look like?" And so she's just like we're just like having this non-conversation game we're playing, and Austin is fuming, and so she takes it under her own wing to go with her friends to just go look at the rooms in the house. They're
Yeah,
all
just-
closed doors.
Just go spread
And
out.
she starts looking to find bedrooms, and so they just run
I'd be
downstairs.
so mad.
So they just run downstairs, and everyone sort of forgets they exist for just a
It's a
moment.
4-story house, so you can be really
It's-
far away from
It's
people.
so
Yeah.
fucking huge.
Yeah, there's an
Yeah.
elevator in the house. Like it's like a big fucking house. And at some point, there's a big crash from the downstairs. You hear a big
dude.
crash, and you see instantly. You see Cutie Cinderella, Will Neff, and like 2 other people just start running downstairs. And I know Cutie. She's not running to see what broke. She's running to handle this group. And so I'm like, oh fuck, do I need to get involved? Like, am I gonna have to like break something up? And at this, I'm like, whatever, man.
Dude,
Whatever
it's
happens.
like Evangelion, and they're running, and their plugs come off. It's like
So Cutie,
They turn into cars and roll out.
Cutie orders all of them outside and sits them down on the curb like a parent,
Oh.
and starts screaming at all of them, like starts lecturing all of them.
Oh my god! I wish I could
she,
be there. To
and
see
she
that.
gets crazy, like not crazy in a bad way. Like she's just like owning them. And the
Yeah.
main girl like tries to like get in Cutie's face and like tries to fight her.
Yeah.
But Cutie has like a foot on her, so Cutie's looking at her like a Cabbage Patch doll, and she's like, "What, dude?" And Will is just sitting there, just like behind the curtain, like just like cowering almost. And there's one more person, I can't remember her name, but there's one more person who's there, and she tries to take a picture. No, it's Minx. She tries to take a picture of this all happening outside. For some reason, they're not outside with her. They probably should have been with her, but they're inside.
They're letting mom handle it.
But her flash goes off. So the flash goes off, and they have this picture still. I'm gonna ask Minx to send it to us.
Dude, I wanna see
you
this
liked an
so
Instagram
bad.
photo from
I
someone
wanna
from
see this
100
so
weeks
bad.
ago.
It's this hilarious picture of Will Neff like trying to hide once because there's like a 1 second buffer window. So it's Will Neff like this, and it's him in complete lightness because the flash has gone off, and it's Cutie outside like yelling at all these teenagers. And it's the most epic photo ever.
Renaissance painting.
And so this girl who's trying to fight Cutie now removes her jacket and puts it on the floor, and a bunch of belongings of the house fall out that she has stolen from
no
the house.
fucking way.
Yeah, so she's just stolen a bunch of shit from the house, and it all just falls out. And Cutie's just looking at it like, you were stealing?
Nails and more nails.
Funny that like you
We were
guys'
cuddling
story
a lot.
is like, you know, this fight, all these girls, and then Miles' story is like, yeah, I got like drunk, played beer pong, and had mushrooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was upstairs.
Dude, I went to
everyone.
I went to a party. Basically, manifested my best friends coming to the party. They did, and then,
So
we
goated,
went with
dude.
our friends to like another party, and then we
Yeah.
did some mushrooms.
Dude, I literally got told when we were at the first party, someone was like, Cutie Cinderella says you should get in an Uber. And I'm like, that's what I do. And so I was like, I was talking to Austin, but I was like, I might see you later, but I might not because I have to get in this Uber with Minx and Emma. And,
Oh, that's, yeah.
That's we don't only have so many
Longevan.
spots. So that's all I can do.
So see you
And I
later.
didn't know where I was going. I just knew that Cutie Cinderella was going to be there. And if I found her, she was going to take me home.
You're like, I might see you
She
in
was the
disc
slime.
2.
So
Mm.
we found out how they got there too, and it was I was talking to a few people, and I remembered that when they showed up, like initially, Weston Corey was just like around them, and because he showed up at the same time, and I asked Weston, and I was like, "Do you know how they got here?" And he was like,
He's been holding it all night. He's like, I invited them.
Oh no!
Yeah.
And they like had convinced Weston that they were like welcome at the after party. So they just came, like Weston was like, okay, because Weston is just really nice. Weston was like,
Can't
I'm
say no.
sure it's cool.
They are literally the Canker Sisters. You said it at
Yeah,
the beginning,
yeah.
and they are now crystallized as the Canker Sisters from Ed, Edd n Eddy.
But while this kick out argument was happening, I walk out of the bathroom with Scott Gaming. Scott Gaming spent a lot of time in bathrooms. just inadvertently.
I kept getting different videos of him in bathrooms with different people.
Yeah, yeah, different bathrooms.
He's
Different
like the
bathrooms.
fucking
Bathroom.
attendant with the cologne and
But
shit.
everyone was looking down the stairwell, which goes all down all the stories, and it was like a high school, like when everyone's in the stairwell, like
yeah.
and someone's like, "This girl's getting kicked out," and I'm like, "She's still a phantom to me,"
Yeah.
It's-
and I'm
what
like,
girl?
"Well, I'm feeling good." Me and
Okay.
Scott- and I'm like, "There's a beef," and then I just sat back down on the couch and called.
Yeah, and then what happened? Because half of the people there didn't know this was happening at all. They were just like
That was me.
drunk people
I
by
was
the
just
fire and on the
oblivious.
couches and stuff. And then they all come back in. Everybody like regroups, and Cutie basically recounts the story of how she had caught them like downstairs fucking around, talking mad shit about the house. They were talking about how like how they didn't like the people who were there, and like how the house is
They were
fucking
saying the house was
lame.
bummy.
And Cutie was like, "You're not gonna say that shit about my friends," and then like went down to go kick them out and like confront them.
I can't wait till
But-
they wake up the next morning and they all have weekend hair, but it's like it's tentacles.
But
They're like, oh, the curse.
The Medusa curse.
and then it was like this collective therapy session, because up until that point, nobody had like group recounted their own interactions with this group, right? Everybody was experiencing this separately.
Yeah.
And then everybody starts regurgitating their
Yeah, the-
own stories.
the-
interacting
everyone
with the
ends up in the same
person
room with the briefcase.
over the
Yeah.
over the same
Yeah.
night. And we were like,
It's like the end of
holy
Cluedo.
shit. And I remember the next morning I woke up and I was thinking to myself, because I usually have this feeling when I'm drunk, like, oh fuck, like did I like ruin that person's night or something? Was I like the problem in that interaction? Because I was thinking about what happened at the first party, and Scott like took me by the shoulder when I was explaining this to him, and he was like, no, dude, like I was there for every single interaction. I promise you that they were fucking with you.
Okay.
Like and that helped. Scott grounded me the whole evening.
The guy on
It was a
mushrooms.
very
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy on
a
mushrooms.
guy
was
more
my,
fucked than
Yeah.
him.
Dude,
Okay,
you're
was
so
my
good.
anchor.
It's only people's.
Call toll free.
Here's how I want this to go. Now, you explain your perspective from Disney Channel house to this house as you, because it's kind of like it's like a split
so
episode,
goated,
right?
dude.
From two perspectives.
Okay, so I'm in an Uber. I'm talking to Emma, who's from the East Coast. I don't know anything about her online personality or anything, so we're just chatting. And
You don't know shit about Dick usually.
no, Cutie's actually been, side note, Australians in Cutie section. She's been getting me up to speed. We do a little Twitch 101 sometimes when everyone else goes to bed. And she's like, and then this person, and I'm like, ooh. Because I don't know how, like, a lot of people's origin stories and stuff. Because I'm not into
I mean, I didn't know Myth clapped until today, so
Hey,
Yeah,
congrats, man.
and that's important in Twitch lore.
that's right.
Anyway, so I'm in the Uber and I'm having a good time. I'm talking to these two people, and then we get to this house and it's amazing. And then everybody else shows up. We hang out they have a home cinema for a bit. We just chat. And then the Botez sisters show up, and Alex is like, does everyone want to do a house tour? I'm like, fuck yeah, I want to do a house tour. And it's a sick house.
The
Like,
house
it's a
is
really
the house
nice
is genuinely
Yeah,
gigantic.
they have a fucking movie
It's
theater
fucking
there.
enormous.
They got a
Crazy.
home gym. They got an outdoor area with a giant chessboard. Anyway, we're having fun. We're talking. And then Alex is like, does anyone want to play poker? Let's play like 2-5 or something. And I'm like, now you're talking my language. Let's get some action going. And we look for a deck of cards through this house. Like, Alex is trying to find one. She brings the chip set out. And I'm drunk. Like, I know I'm probably going to be a dog because I know Alex has like done some poker study in her life. And she seems a lot less drunk than me. But I'm like, I want the action. Let's go.
Yeah, but you've also broken some ankles in your day.
Yeah, I played a lot of poker. And we can't find anything. And it's like looking like it's winding down. But then she's like, do you want to play heads up?
Dude, she's a
And I'm
gamer.
like, no,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Alex
the
fiends,
thing
dude.
about Alex is like she wants to be playing a game a lot.
She comes upstairs. She looked for the deck for so long because she had the chip case upstairs like really quickly. She wanted to play really bad. She's excited, like $500 buy-in, fucking like.
Dude, oh man, I wish I would.
And I'm
Yeah,
asking like, are we gonna do a
and
cash
then-
game or a
and then she
tournament?
can't find the cards.
We're like
so she's
discussing
like,
what's gonna happen.
she's like,
Yeah.
wait. We could play like we could get the cards on our phone, and then we could play like with cards on our
oh
phone.
my God.
Like she wants to play bad.
you know the free poker online thing?
Yeah.
She's like, we can just play online.
Yeah, and at 2:30 in the morning, I get a DM from Alex while we're at the party, and it's just a Poker Now link. Like she's trying to get the lads
She's
into
really trying
Poker
to
Now
go for
on
it.
our phones at 2:30,
The
gathered
additional
around the
context
fire.
is there's a big clip on LSF the next day because it's her coach John Ludwig Hammer who was also there, and she just had the worst chess session of her career. And she's like, why am I doing so bad? And in my head, after hearing all these stories, I know why you're doing bad.
Yeah, you were in an Ed, and Eddie episode
Yeah.
by accident.
It's because you started playing chess like 4 hours after
Yeah.
we left that party. That's why.
And he's a grandmaster, and he's here for all of this.
Oh, man.
No, he wakes up halfway
Yeah.
through the party. We were leaving man sleeping,
Yeah.
but then he walks upstairs and he's like, you guys woke me up. And then he comes and hangs out for a bit.
He
Yeah.
was the only reason why I was slightly jealous I didn't go, but then he came to the Super Bowl party.
And in my head, I was like, what's his perspective on all this? What's he think?
He's probably pretty used to it, I'd say.
I can only imagine. I don't think the characters come around that often, right? Like
But-
as in a
No.
situation like that.
Back to my perspective, I am oblivious that these people are here. I think I'm gonna play heads up with Alex Botez.
You're like, okay, I guess like her range would be like,
Yeah, no, and she's like, oh, you're doing being just a classic, polite, switched on, intelligent person where she's like, you probably are really good, right? Like, you're probably gonna like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to get owned. And I'm like, I saw you on the Doug Polk podcast. Like you've spent time talking to the greatest heads up player, and like I know that you're great at
So like,
strategy.
do 7 is bad?
Yeah, I have a pretty good idea that like you're gonna have an idea of how
What
heads
a
up
hustle
works.
she's
Yeah,
trying.
yeah.
Yeah.
She's
And
hustling a bit.
she smiled at that. She was like, "Oh, you saw the dog thing?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, I know what you want to do on a 4-bet when it's like.
Anyway, we don't end up playing poker, but I'm just like walking around like, oh, I might play poker and I might do that. I'm just having, and then the shrooms come into the like. I'm just having a good time, and then suddenly Cutie Cinderella's like running downstairs, and I'm like, Austin, what's happening?
You clutch him. Yeah.
Yeah, he
And
just
then-
had a dream.
And then
Nothing bad.
Nick, so we did this big reveal of who Mafia was, and we found out pretty quickly
Yeah.
who the bad people
She
were.
was
and
Mafia, by
who
the way.
brought
Yeah.
them.
It was her.
I was laughing so hard because everyone in the room is using 1,000 words to explain why these people were bad. And Miles on mushrooms and alcohol is so sick of hearing them say all the same thing at the same time. And he like interjects and goes, "She was Mafia, yeah." Like, like move on. And I start busting up laughing, and no one else laughs because like no one else really understands what he's saying. And I'm laughing my ass off because I'm just like I can't contextualize why that's so funny at the time to them.
Hey, as a serial drunk guy, I'm a circular conversation connoisseur. I'll be the first to say I've had the same conversation with people for half an hour. But I was trying to vibe. There was cool people. They were having cool conversations, and I was like, let's not let these
Yeah.
weird people.
Yeah,
let
Miles
them get
leans
it
to me.
down, okay.
Miles leans to me while this is all being told and goes, "They're still talking about this." And I start laughing, and I'm like, and then he starts talking to me a separate conversation because he doesn't want to hear their conversation anymore, and I don't either. But I don't want to hear two conversations.
Yeah, and you're like,
So-
this is just too
So
much.
I tell Miles, I'm like, I'm with you. I don't want to hear this either, but I can't hear two, so I need to pick one, and they're not going to stop. So you have to stop. And he's like, okay. And so we finish out the story, and then that's when I decide I'm gonna leave. And I go up to Cutie, and I'm like, hey, dude, they need a ride.
About what time is this?
4 a.m.
Jesus Christ.
I go up
Yeah,
to Cutie,
it's so late.
and I go, do they need a ride? And she's like, yes, take Scott. I go up to Scott, and I'm like, Scott, me and you are leaving right now. And he goes, okay. And then I go to grab my things, and I come back. He goes, hey, I baited you. I'm not leaving. None of us are leaving. And
Because I wanted to stay. I thought we were the first people.
and that's the
leaving.
video you saw of us in the toilet where we were
Yeah.
saying who's leaving, who's going.
Yeah, did someone send me that?
Dude, they rushed me again. I was just
funny.
in there trying to take a whiz.
I have that on my phone.
Which you should have
yeah,
just
yeah.
gone because you ended up like Ubering 10 minutes later.
Yeah, no, literally, I was like, Nick, it's this is a party, and I'm partying.
yeah, so everyone
But I love taking car rides with Nick.
Everyone assures me. We are no. We're actually saying we baited you. Sorry. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm like, well, they got Cutie. Cutie's sober. They told me they're not leaving. They even vouched for that Cutie was also not leaving. But I could have sworn Cutie told me that she was. And I'm like, they told me they're not leaving. So I get in my car and I go. I'm like 20 minutes out, and Cutie messages me, have you left yet? They all need a ride. And I'm like, what the
Love that.
fuck happened?
Love being a DD.
That's when I see the video of all of them in the bathroom just screaming at each other like they're leaving. And I'm like so mad.
Just chaos.
So I'm like, I went through I did everything I had to do. I covered all grounds. I asked
you-
them. I went.
you
the
played it-
directly.
you played it great. You played it
You
great.
listened to Scott, and you should have just listened to Cutie. And it was like, Scott, this is not a question. You're coming,
Dude,
with
because
us.
when Cutie rounded me up 10 minutes later, she's like, Miles, we're leaving. I'm like, okay. And then she told me on the way out, she was like, the house is haunted, so you have to throw this biscuit over your shoulder.
So
Did you do it?
into
Instantly.
saltine.
It's actually so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's saltine.
I-
I was like, what, they got
You throw
Popeyes?
saltine over the shoulder.
They call
Although
them
Aiden was
biscuits.
eating his, which is out of pocket.
That true?
You ate the ghost,
Yeah.
bro.
Dude,
Now
you're
you
so
have a ghost
haunt-
in
you're
you.
gonna haunt us. It's like
I
COVID
didn't
again.
know. I didn't know. They
God
didn't
damn you.
explain.
They literally,
They just gave me a
literally
saltine.
handed it to you, and the first thing you did is took a bite. Then they explained it to you, and you took another bite. So there's no defense from you.
You disrespected the ghost after you knew.
Oh, I did.
The
do
Yeah.
weekend
that.
is
I
gonna
do that.
fucking destroy your soul.
So the last thing I do, I'm like, I'm not frustrated, but I'm leaving this party and I'm so overwhelmed. So much has happened. A lot of it's funny. A lot of it, I'm just really tired. It's 4 a.m. I'm walking out, and my swan song before I walk out the door is I'm walking, and I do like a double take, and I see a Ouija board that is like in the box packaged.
Mm.
And so I unpackage the Ouija board, and I take it out, and I put it on the staircase, and I scatter some of the pieces, and then I put the little dial thing on the word no, and then I left.
You are.
And I was hoping that at some point Andrea would walk downstairs and shit her fucking pants.
Yeah. Wow. What a move.
And then I got in the car and went home.
Doing it sober is a different level too.
Again, journalist hat on, Peepo G.
Yeah.
You know,
What
I was
do?
hoping that would it never showed up later. So I'm assuming they just like someone opened it.
Andrea Botez is just like, I'm leaving and never coming back.
So
She
nothing-
tweets it out.
I think at this point nothing else really interesting happens, but you
We
capped
had a
off your
final
evening
act, a
nicely.
secret act.
Secret act.
This whole time, after when we were chugging Estes at the Airbnb, Scott says to me, "I got some hot Cheetos in my bag." And I say, "Those hurt my tummy, but I really like them.
It's just
And
like
he
everything
said-
here.
We're gonna need them later." And so we came home, and I first was like, "I hope Nick's home. I hope he got home safe." And I run into his room and jump into his bed. with him.
I'm like, oh, finally, I'm in bed. Fuck. I like go lay down. Oh, I'm in the laptop to put on like a video to fall asleep to, and Miles just goes, whoosh, and opens the door instantly and hobbles in, and then gets into my bed, and he's like, "What are we doing?"
he had like some sweet potato chips with him.
Fries.
No, I had the
like-
veggie chips.
Oh
that-
yeah.
from Sprouts, and I'm watching a chess video, and he's just like, "What are we doing now?" And I'm like, Miles, go leave. I'm going
Yeah,
to
I'm
bed.
done.
I can't do anymore. And he's good. He goes, "Okay," and he gets up and he just instantly leaves.
One thing I know about Nick is that sometimes he just can't be on the wave
I mean,
because it's not physically like at this point the mushies are like still chilling a little bit, and I have to respect it. When it's a no from him. So I just have to leave.
when Miles came, last night, because he was staying in my room, and I had my door closed. I came home pretty late. I'm watching a video, and he knocks on the door, and then he just opens it. He's like, "Can I come in here, brush my teeth, please? My toothbrush is in here." Like he said it like a little kid.
Because
And
I know
he
you
just
get annoyed
walks
when
through.
people
He's
do
like
that.
stammering.
Yeah. I was like,
Anyway,
yeah,
so
it's
me and
alright.
Scott came. We get in your bed. Trainwrecks isn't on, so that's option 1 gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we start for some reason Lily Pichu is VTubing at 4:30 a.m.
Okay.
and she's getting really philosophical as this like
Oh my
little
god.
cute anime girl behind a computer, and she's like, "Do you ever think?" She's like, "Michael is great. He's just a great boyfriend, but 5 years is just such a long time into the future. I don't know what's gonna happen." And she's just like talking about her life, and me and Scott are just like, so true, bestie. we just start
in my bed,
we
no
start
shirts
munching-
on.
No shirt.
On mushrooms.
shirts off, hot Cheetos, Lily Pichu VTubing, and we're just going down this philosophical rabbit hole
She's
with
just
her.
saying the Vegas shit that they're just latching
and we
onto.
just like, we get it.
You just don't know what happens in the future, and they're like,
And-
you don't.
and
And that's the thing about
and
the
to
future.
cap this all off, because I didn't have any of this fucking context until literally right now. Scott sent one of the people in this bed with Miles. Scott sent a DM to like our Discord of like close friends that reads exactly: Lily Pichu spreading microchipping everyone
I saw that. Yeah.
through through Wi-Fi for 5G. This is insane. And then next message: Miles and I are Lily pilled. And then next message: minus the crazy shit. And I read
Scott
that.
never talks like this.
I read that and said, "Yeah, I'm going to fucking bed."
Yeah.
She went on this tangent about how we need the 5G
She was like-
implanted in
She
us.
literally said, "Wouldn't it be cool?" And then said the like cell phone tower conspiracy theory verbatim. But she was like, "Wouldn't
But
that
she
be
was on
cool?"
board with it.
Yeah.
As
like,
a
wouldn't that be
VTuber.
sick?
Yeah, as a little
yeah.
anime girl.
Wouldn't it be cool if we all got microshotted and then we would always have 5G?
Okay, so
I got my 5Gs right here.
so do you think it's good?